What?
A wild element up here.
LMNOP. I will take one from Dustin. I need to roll a dice from me.
Oh.
Yes. Is that all of them? Did everybody roll?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
rolled.
No, those were some extra yellows or whites.
Oh, well, darn.
1, 2, 3.
A shade.
Oh.
Yeah. I was trying out the special roll.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So we're is that correct now?
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. We're live. Welcome to
Are we truly live? I
Brilliant.
think we might be dead.
I'm gonna leave that
Dead
one for you to
inside.
figure out at a different point. Okay. Let's go with a good old previously on Edge of the Empire. So none of you guys were here for the last session, right? Okay.
Nope.
So we started in Warehouse 13, which is a good show that I'm sad that they canceled, but it went pretty long, so it's okay.
Right?
So it wasn't a warehouse. It was like a. Okay, so backstory: you left that.
The droid is in a tank.
I think the droid was just kind of hanging out.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
So you left the planet with the Gamorrean monks and got back into your ship, flew around, and got contacted on like the ship's speaker system, or not speaker system, like the comm link, from somebody who gave you like a code name, Mama Bird, and they were calling for, I think it was Bottle Cap, and so I think we had Lance, or not Lance, we had somebody answer the phone and just kind of played along like we knew what was going on. And so they got a job here on Glare Peak, which is the name of the town. And so you were setting up a listening satellite sort of thing on the top of this building for the Republic. It's a separatist controlled world. And so you were meeting up with some of the contacts who were already on the ground. And so you were setting up the listening post when a ship came crashing down. And so they wanted you to go investigate the ship. This is Glare Peak for reference. Randy and Nemom and Grara and IG, they were all down at the tower. That's where they were installing the listening post. You guys were all up top in the safe house, or just kind of wherever. So that's where this is all taking place. And then this is where the ship crashed. So ship crashed into the cantina. It had gotten shot down by the droid fighters. So it's a Republic ship that's been shot down. The pilot was dead. The passenger had been taken from the ship and was already en route to like a detention facility. And the group reacquired the droid that was attached to the ship. Oh, excuse me.
Throat aids.
Ease. So they got the droid that was attached to the ship because you wanted to protect the information about like Republic shipping movements and what have you. And so there was a little fight. Grara crashed a tank into the ship, and
Of course.
everybody ran away. I have to retcon what they did last time because originally they saved the passenger, but the whole point of this story is rescuing the passenger who wasn't even there when they got there. So they didn't rescue the passenger.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun. But they got in and got out with the droid. Nobody's dead. So they were headed back to the safe house. And that's pretty much what we did last time.
They secretly saved the wrong passenger. They're like,
Yeah.
We got it, guys. We got it. Oh, wait.
All right, so that's where we're at. The city is on lockdown at the moment because of the crashed ship. And yes, you guys were on the planet for a few weeks before all of this sort of stuff took place. So if there's like something that you're like, do we know anybody who is sympathetic towards the Republic? That would be something that you would maybe have come in contact with. So it's not like impossible checks. They're like realistic checks that you may have or may not have come in contact with someone. So that info as well. Chris, I gave you just a random clone trooper token that I had.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have a specific character.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you in the Facebook message.
Okay. I'll pull that up then at some point. I'll grab that. For now, let me just do... And then give this dude control to you. Controlled by... Chris. Okay. There we go. So Clone Chris went with the rest of the group, and he was kind of helping out because he was your contact on the ground here in Glare Peak, which is how we got you into this story. So you're
Cool.
the on the ground contact. So of the people, you have the most knowledge of stuff going on in the area.
Okay.
Okay. So then, whoops, daisies. Oh. Back at the safe house, we're all hanging out, snuck through the town because everything is on lockdown. And we get a message from the Republic commander who is connected to this cell and lets you know that the person who was on that ship is VIP, and we need to get him back as like a top priority. He has information that could seriously jeopardize the Republic's movements in this area. And he's also giving you a heads up that General Grievous has been dispatched into your area to take care of this the passenger.
Oh, good.
So it's kind of a time crunchy assignment. And go.
I shoot everyone.
The idea is that the pilot dude's been taken to the detention center. You have to figure out a way to get in to the detention center. He sends you the info on the dude so that you know at least what he looks like. And
Well, all right, guys. If you really want me to seduce our way in, I guess there's no choice.
well, it's up to you.
I'm not gonna say no. I mean,
Can I do sneaky things and scout the area for like a way in?
No sneaking allowed.
Yeah, you could definitely get a lay of the land. Are you trying to get like close, or are you just gonna go to like a building and
Kind of a
look
high-
at the place
a high
from
point.
binoculars? Yeah.
I've
Okay, so
got binoculars on my thingy thing, my visor.
fancy. Yeah. So give
and
us
I had them fit.
give us a probably just a 2 purple stealth check. Actually, if you're going out of town, I suppose you don't even need to stealth check because the town's on lockdown.
I assume this is like a high point,
It looks like it to me.
kind of.
Yes. Yeah. So you trudge
I
up the
can use my
mountains.
force sleep ability.
Maybe it's even less of a stealth and more of a resilience check heading out in the snow. I mean, you probably have a coat on. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you're just like, wah, I don't need a coat. I am the Force.
I can do a resilience check to see if I get chilly. I guess. It's a little cold in here.
It's a little cold in here.
What? So, is there anything I have to do?
Nah, it's probably not a big deal. Let me...
Okay.
Man, go ahead and roll for it, just for the sake of doing
For-
things.
The climbing or the... It's the same roll either way.
Give it a probably a 2 purple.
Alright!
All right. I'm glad we rolled that. So
Wow,
Lior,
that's an awful roll.
Lior is like, I'm gonna climb this hillside and take a gander, and the hillside is like,
Force sleep.
no, you're not.
That was a forced sleep roll. I was
Okay,
just like, and I just did a regular jump, and everyone was just like,
With the success, the wind and snow is blowing so hard that nobody saw it, so you can totally brush it off and just report back. Oh yeah. We're good. We can do this. Gosh, was that an athletics check to like climb the hill, or was that a resilience check to like not get frostbite?
It was a force check to jump.
To jump.
Up.
Oh, okay. Gosh. What sort of advantageous not jump up there thing are we doing? I mean, I guess you could just get up there.
I'm here and I'm high enough.
Yeah, go ahead and take like 2 strain to represent not getting up there quickly and in a timely manner. So you're up on top of this little hill, and you've got your little binoculars out, and you're looking around at the facilities that are totally not Imperial.
I also have a scanner.
You got a scanner. So what all does the
Binocular
scanner do?
Scanner.
Okay.
I just saw it in the store. I think it's similar to David's before pre-modification.
Mm-hmm. All right. So does it's not like an infrared, like you can't see through things?
No, that's broken.
Yeah.
I still have to get that.
Okay. Let me scroll down. So the facility to the detention center is up on the top of this hill, and there's 9 different buildings. They're all connected with bridges that are covered in like transparent steel, so that they're all closed in. There is a road that leads up to the facility and then back down the route. It's a fairly open trek to like climb the hill up to the facility. There's not much cover. It would be hard to not get spotted. I mean, for someone of your aptitude, probably not a problem, but you probably would be able to take people with you if you were to try and climb up the back way. There is a electric fence sort of deal going on around the entire perimeter. And there's a little neon sign hanging out one of the windows that says bad guys here. So there's that. Yeah, I think that's probably all the visual information.
I'm back.
Hey,
Random
Welcome.
power
I've done
outage in
some
the house.
seeing things.
welcome back. General Grievous showed up, by the way, and killed us all, so we just started a new campaign.
Not again. He shows up every time.
Roll a new character, please.
Well, I'll pull out my list of 700 different characters I've worked on in my free time.
I'll pull out my Gonk droid that I made.
Yeah, Dustin didn't laugh because he actually has 700 characters in the backlog.
Gonk.
I like that a lot. I like the gonk. One of these days. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of the deal. 9 different buildings, bridges, road, electric fence, not climbable, and yeah. Is there anything else that's interesting that you'd want to get info on? Like,
where's the
there are guards randomly patrolling around.
Can I scan for like heavy equipment, I guess?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Try to make a perception roll for that.
Sure, at that range.
Yeah, I figured
that's
it should
reasonable.
be a roll or something. Or like knowledge warfare.
I could see either one, whichever is up to you.
That was knowledge warfare.
So there is a landing pad on the main facility roof, but it's also has 2 360 turrets on either end of that platform. So knowledge warfare would tell you, presumably, you would need a code to enter and not get shot at.
Or just have Gara run straight into it again. That
Yeah,
worked last time.
exactly. Okay, so this last session, his plan was to jump on top of a tank and rip open the hatch and take over the tank. And I'm like,
That's
you're
a
gonna like rip open the hatch of a tank.
What could go wrong?
He's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, okay, you're gonna jump on the tank and rip open the hatch. He's like, oh yeah.
Hope you roll a triumph.
And the rest of the group is all
Exactly
like, oh goodness, he's gonna die. He rolled so well. It was incredible.
So he actually did it?
Yeah. He
Wow.
missed the jump and landed behind the tank, but then his strength roll to open the tank was like a double triumph or something stupid like that. So like he jumps on the tank. I'm like, it's locked, and he's like, yeah, I can rip it open. I'm like, okay, that's like 4 or 5 purples, double triumph. I'm like, I
No
guess
way.
you just
What's the
ripped the hinge. Okay, so he gets into the tank and nobody died. I was like, wow, all right,
those Wookiee steroids.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Keroids.
So he was having fun with that.
So I did Scotty. You
Uh,
guys do some stuff.
What was that?
I just said you guys do some stuff.
Um,
Because I'm sure it took me a while to climb up here since I failed. I had to
Yeah,
actually climb like a peasant.
like a peasant. Ugh.
Yeah.
How do you calculate your cumbrance again?
It is 5 or 6 plus your brawn. I think
Okay.
it's 6.
so just a quick refresher. What did I miss in like those couple minutes before I came back? I mean, I guess Dustin looked around. He saw stuff.
Yep. Dustin tried to jump up a mountain, didn't jump up a mountain. He climbed up the mountain and then looked at the facility, and I think you were here for all the information, the quick recap of what the facility is. So 9 buildings, bridges between the buildings, Durasteel enclosure on the buildings, electric fence surrounding it. There's a road that leads up and down. It's fairly barren on the hills that lead up to it, so sneaking up is probably not super feasible. Yeah, I think that was everything.
All right. So do we still have that
Try
tank?
jumping again.
Do you still have what?
Do we still have the tank, or is this before the tank?
Josh crashed the
Stop.
tank.
Oh man.
Yeah. So he crashed the tank into the downed ship,
Oh,
causing
yeah.
causing a distraction for everybody to get away. Because that was the other thing. I was like,
Of course.
so you're gonna steal a tank and expect to get away? He's like, I got this. And they got it. So last session went so incredibly smooth, and I thought they were all just gonna die.
Isn't that the most frustrating thing as a
That would
GM?
have been interesting.
No, I don't super mind when I don't plan on them dying and they put themselves in situations where it's dubious, but
All right.
my goal is
So-
usually not to kill people. If it happens, it happens, but it's not the primary goal. So while
So-
Lior is doing that,
So this is something that I've been kind of wondering. So I have that
Man,
like
I almost gave myself a
I
ground.
have that contraption like ability, like that contraption
yes,
perk. And you know, I'm a techie person. And I was kind of wondering, like, it doesn't have to be like big or fancy, but could I potentially like combine those skills with stuff that I have and make myself like a little scouting bot?
Scouting bot. Wow.
probably.
You know, like
I thought
like
that was
like
your
what are
scouting
they
bot.
called? The little plane things.
Probe.
Yes, yeah.
Imperial probe thing.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you definitely could. You've definitely have the material to be able to do it. I think the time is the only
The only real
issue,
hoopla.
but you've
He
been
does have that
hanging.
special alloy from me.
Yeah, you've been hanging out
I don't know if it's
at this safe house for a few weeks, so we could have said in that time you created one of these bots.
I mean, if you want me to do any rolls,
Yeah. Give us a. Is it a flying droid, rolling droid?
I was thinking like a small flying droid's the most practical choice. Just
Would-
like get a bird's eye view.
Yeah. So building a little drone. Yeah, give me a 3 purple mechanics check. Which for the great Sally should not be a problem.
You never know.
You never knew.
Let's see. Just remember what it is.
I may as well use a destiny because I can.
Okay.
I got him. 2 purple and a red. All right. I was kind of hoping that you would build a droid that just wanted to kill you all, but
I get all fails into despair.
you actually found the company DJI. So, yeah, you got yourself a nice little toy.
So then, after he's gone up and he's looked around, then I have my little droid come up next to him, and I go, "Oh, okay."
Very nice.
Tell me he recorded Lior tripping on the hill.
I got advantages.
He had
so
advantages to not get that.
The Wi-Fi was down.
We'll say that
Sally
I got
didn't
it,
pay
but
her.
only I got it. I got a laugh, and then I deleted it out of the kindness of my heart.
Sally didn't pay her monthly mobile hotspot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, and then I guess with that, is there any way for me to access like general like blueprints or security information of said place so that we can get like a taste of what we're getting into?
Yes. Let me do one of these numbers. So this is the detention facility. From a bird's eye view of it, you fly your little droid over top. There's all these giant letters painted on the top of the building for no good reason.
Detention. It says there's a deflector over here, guys. I don't know why they wrote that out.
Yeah, I have no idea what the
What does that mean?
who would know.
There's a lot of D1s, a lot of Ds.
A lot of D's, lots of M's, cluster of M's.
All right. Yeah. So, is there any possibility of me doing that? And if so, what do I need to do?
What do you mean? Is there a possibility?
Oh, of me. I guess I was just saying, like, getting like a I guess like a blueprints of the land, or like accessing any cameras or anything like that. You know, trying to get a little prep work before we go in to maybe try to find like a good entry point.
Okay. So you're trying to hack into a facility with not using your drone?
I mean, I don't know. Can I use my drone? Is that an option? Is that a thing you can do?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, if I can do it, sure, but I mean, not like banking on it.
Right. I wouldn't.
Man,
I'm not sure how you would access.
I mean, I guess if it's
I
like,
guess if you could like hack, like a Wi-Fi system that the detention center has.
yeah, I was gonna say, I guess if it was like, the only thing I could think of is if it was like, there's like a fairly recent like Star Fox game that came out for the Wii U where that you basically could control like a little robot like plane thing,
Mhm.
and then it would like drop down like a little guy that would like hack. You could plug into like walls to like hack into the systems. But, like,
Okay.
I don't know. That seems a bit excessive. But that's just
Dropping
a
it
way.
Let's
Just an idea.
let's do that. You can try and hack into like the Wi-Fi signals that are on the facility, which would be a probably computers check
Yeah, I mean, realistically.
of like 4 purple and 2 setback because of security measures.
And before you have a chance to say it, I'm gonna use a destiny.
Okay.
Because this is more against my favor. You said 4 purple?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Ooh.
could have been worse.
That was close.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
So you're not able to hack in with the advantage. They do not realize that there's been an attempted hack, so no alarms are set off. You didn't trigger anything. It was just a clean nope.
Yeah.
I did
Could've been worse.
two password entry attempts. On the third one, they would have kicked me out and made me have
Yeah.
to do one of those like survey things to get
30
back
minute.
in.
Yeah. I am not a robot.
Yeah. Click on all the pictures with stop signs, and you do that, and it's like, nah. You're like, oh,
You did it wrong. You
Click on
missed the one.
yep.
Click on all the pictures with cars, but this is a tire of a car. It's not a car.
All right. So, well, it's worth a shot. I mean, if I send the robot around, do I notice anything that looks like it might potentially be like an entryway of some nature, like something worth of note?
So the two entry points into the facility are through W1. That's like the road that leads up to it, and let me do this. There's like a security guard who's outside of the one door, and then the other entranceway would be through the landing pad that is apparently currently has a ship on it.
Is the landing pad like elevated like to like a higher place, or is it actually all on like the same level?
The landing pad is on the ground floor, and then these little ramps go up.
Okay.
So it's an incline
All right. So
up the ramps to the main facility.
So then I just comment to my compatriots and I just kind of relay, hey, I tried to get into the system, having a little bit of trouble, but I did send my fairly new scatter droid to scan around, and I saw a couple of entry points of note. I mean, it's up to you guys where you think might be the best way to get in.
Okay.
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 All right. Okay.
Okay.
Chris,
Wait, what happened? Sorry.
it's your turn.
You're fired.
Oh, which way to go?
It's
Yeah.
just your turn to do whatever.
Because
We've all done,
the
something.
things.
So.
They've done stuff. I'm trying to think what else could be done. If you
Unless
want to
don't want it done.
generate a contact in the city and follow up with them. So like
Okay.
there's several. It gives me people. I don't know how you're supposed to know to go talk to these people. So give me like a 1, 2, 3, for. Give me a D5.
I just remembered. I have contacts.
Give me a D5 roll, and that'll be like. I'll just give you somebody to go talk to, if you want.
You get to talk to homeless man Bob. Very useful.
Well, he's not a talkie guy now anymore, right?
Oh, that's true. No, he's not the talkie guy, but he's the person that has the most contacts. And you can use the other people who are in the area, so you don't need to be just you guys. You can send Randy.
Yeah, just grab Randy and like put him in front of you. Talk to him.
Speak at this man. I think Bob is also kind of talky. Did we get a D5 rolled?
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I've never actually rolled anything other than the Star Wars dice.
/R. And
On
then,
Roll20 or?
Yeah, on Roll20. Well, I guess you could do it on the dice.
You can do it on the dice roller.
I'm used to using Roll20.
Just go to the 100, type in 5,
Ooh.
and hit up.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
I thought you were gonna give him a
What's the
/Reddit.
symbols?
Yeah.
Wow.
3.
What symbols?
You can roll specific symbols?
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at that, like special rolls and stuff like that.
Oh, because some stuff automatically generates successes. So if you've got a thing that automatically generates, then you can just turn them in. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. Learn something new.
So like if you have a what's the word?
Bird.
Like a tricked out gun, it can like automatically generate advantage so that it's easier to
I do
crit.
have a tricked out gun.
Wow.
Well, if you have a specifically tricked out gun. Okay. Number 3. You're like, the immigration officer.
No.
He would be. I remember him having potential ties to the Republic. I wonder if he could help us out. So
And
the
where's he located?
the guy over by the starports who like is the immigrations officer. He goes through customs and all this stuff. One of the main lieutenants who's in charge over there. You've connected with him before when you came in for the first time, and since you've been there,
We should
you've connected with him a few
send
times.
Bob. He's a diplomat.
Okay.
We think. He thinks.
Okay.
You did research on him, and he is diplomatic, so
He's legit.
he's
Or
legitimate. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna like throw my hood on and walk over to the starport.
Actually, city is still under lockdown, so
Oh, so yeah, moving around. So,
you gotta either sneak over or
So the things that I'm seeing like in the middle, like right here, are these bridges or are they
Yes.
like power lines?
yes, those are bridges.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
assuming those are like severely guarded right now.
Yeah, bridges are pretty well guarded.
Okay.
All this ground like stuff is ice of various frozen states, so all the buildings are connected by bridges.
You could try to walk on the ice and have very comedic potential results.
There you go.
Like me trying to jump.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Well, I do have Swift, so I might be able to make it across the ice.
Did you guys see, way off topic, the slow-mo guys did driving a motorcycle across a pool of water, and it like actually worked. You get the motorcycle up to speed,
Hold on.
and they drove across water. It was super cool. Anyways,
What the
I
hell?
subscribed to Slow Mo Guys, and I did not see this video.
you have to have the notification bell on.
Well, I check my subscriptions every day.
Yeah, I check my subscription.
I don't think they show up anymore. I think it's only notifications
Oh, Bike on Water in slow mo.
actually show up.
Well, on the PlayStation, if I click on my
Oh,
subscriptions, it all
gotcha,
comes
gotcha.
up. I'll have to watch that. I watched them drop the car.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They had some cool ones recently. Anyways, so that's a possibility. You could steal a motorcycle and drive across the ice.
Ice is still water. But
Or you could just be like, nah, I don't really feel like going to talk to him. There's that option
I
as
don't
well.
want to talk to people.
look, I have his number written on my hand.
You could spend a destiny point and have his number. Yeah.
Will I learn? I mean, I don't know. I guess. Yeah. How many do we have? Oh, we only got
We have
2.
It's really just a question of
Yeah.
if Stephen will remember to use them later.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I guess I'll use one.
He's been getting better at it though.
I have been getting better.
So have we.
Yeah, I'll use. Whoops. Why did it take
Destiny
away?
points are like saving your rare resources in a game and then never using.
It. There we go.
That one's correct.
Oh, you only had 3.
Are you sure? I thought we had 5 points. Okay, we can trash one.
Wait, how? There's not. What? Did you?
Yeah, people roll doubles.
I think
'Cause I rolled 1. You rolled 1.
There's 5.
Sally rolled a double
Yeah.
light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
double
5.
light, and then Leora rolled 1, so you only had 3.
Yeah,
And I
but
rolled
we
one.
Used,
Yeah.
and he rolled 1. So there are 5 total,
Yeah,
and we used 2 of them, I think.
correct. Yeah.
Steve used 1, we used 2.
Yeah, 5 is correct.
I don't see 5. All right. Anyways,
So yeah,
I rolled
yeah.
mine before you joined.
Oh, okay, that's probably what happened.
You do have his number written down, his comlink code.
Okay.
Uh,
So yeah, so I'm gonna just give him a ring,
ring up Lieutenant Jackson.
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 Are we using like code names to be super like secretive about it, or?
No, I think you just have his name. He doesn't know that you're with the Republic,
Mm-hmm.
even though you're
Is this
a
a separatist
clone.
planet?
This is separatist controlled planet. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Just make sure to give him your name, number, social security, and your address, and
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
your religious affiliations.
Bad speaking skill. I'm Scythian enough. I could pose as like.
What?
Apprentice.
Oh.
Oh, I was like,
Words are hard.
breaking. All right. So yeah.
Okay, so you ring up Lieutenant Jackson. He recognizes your number. He's like, "Oh yeah. What's your character's name?" I don't remember if we said anything.
I haven't said it yet.
Were you
no.
planning on mentioning it or keeping it secret?
Kind of a secret for
Okay.
right now.
That's fine.
Formerly known as Space Chris. Now.
Yeah.
Space crew.
Space Chris. Clone Chris is his new name at the moment. Okay, so he recognized your number. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Good. We're just trying to follow up and see how we're going to pull off this mission with everything on lockdown.
He is not in on anything.
Oh, he's not?
No, he is a potentially rebel sympathizer. Not rebel. Republic sympathizer who you came in contact with on multiple occasions. He is the admissions guy to the town. He
So I'm just trying to get information to see it, like how best way to get in there. Or?
Yes, you're looking to find out, does he have any contacts? Would he be willing to help?
Okay.
You've not explicitly said, "Hey, I'm a Republic agent,"
Yeah. Okay.
and
I'm
he's not
thinking we're,
explicit.
like,
He's not
mercenaries.
explicitly said, "Hey, I'm pro-Republic."
Yeah.
So
So then I was just wondering if you had any way of transporting us secretly, or give us the proper codes to pass the bridge, or anything that could help us at all.
let me redefine this relationship. He is a guy who you suspect has rebel or has Republic bias, but he has not come out and said it. He doesn't know
He's
that
not
you.
coming
he-
out of the box.
But he also doesn't know we aren't, right?
Correct. So when you go out and say, "Hey," well, I mean, I guess just across a bridge, That's
Well,
not
yeah.
that's not too bad. Okay, never mind. You're right. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Even if I'm from here, they're gonna question me.
Yeah, you're good. That's not too bad actually. Now that I'm talking through it
No, like I
to
said,
myself.
hey, I'm a rebel. I need special codes to not be a rebel. Like,
Right. No. I think that's good. I was just saying it wrong in my head.
okay.
He's like, well, you know, the rebels ship that's crashed down.
Republic.
They've got Republic. Yeah, I keep saying rebels because that's like what this is written for.
Yeah.
Did you hear who they got? I think it's
Yeah.
it's a Padawan. This is like a high security situation, and everything is on lockdown till General Grievous gets here. I don't know how much help I can be.
Really?
Why do you need to get out?
There's still Padawans alive. I thought.
Yeah, this is the Republic.
Bathroom.
This is like middle of the Clone Wars.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like after Order 66.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why Grievous is
Grievous is
still
alive.
around.
Well,
yeah.
if you want to call it alive. He's still
yeah.
here.
He's still here.
So what is our overall mission? Like, what am I trying to achieve? Like, I feel like I'm just talking in a circle right now.
You want to get that dude, the Padawan, out of the detention center. He has information about the Republic's ships in this area. They want to get him back because they don't want to leave him to General Grievous's hands.
Mm-hmm.
So the big goal is
Okay.
to get that guy out of here.
Yeah. I go, well, it seems that the Padawans could possibly get us a hefty price if you're willing to go in on it with me.
Are you some kind of mercenary?
Huh? Is that you asking?
That was him asking.
And he goes, well, I've been known to take jobs for money here and there.
I've been known to dabble.
Part-time mercenary.
Give me
Part-time dabbler.
either leadership or give me a negotiation. I'd take either one of those.
Why the heck is my character sheet? No, there we go. So leadership or negotiation?
Yeah, either one of those. Let me look up.
Yeah, what's the difficulty yet?
He has a willpower of 2 with 1, so 1 yellow, 1 green. So 1 purple, 1 red.
This is not going to go well.
Oh, wow. I guess you're no longer a talkie character, so...
Yeah, I don't talk well anymore. I shoot stuff good.
We could,
I do other things.
I mean, it wasn't a despair.
That's true. Wasn't a despair, but it literally couldn't have gotten much worse.
Yeah.
He's like, that's... I really don't feel like getting shot. And if they found out I was even considering helping you guys, or you rather, they'd have my head.
Well, is
You've
there-
never done me
but
wrong,
that
so I'm
would
not
be-
gonna say anything to anybody. But I don't know how much I can help.
Well, I mean, do you know anybody else that's looking for a bit of credits?
I mean, you didn't hear it from me, but you know Hal, who runs the goods and services shop.
You mean how?
Yeah,
The house
right
goods and
up here.
services?
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
I
he's
can't say, well, R2, man.
he's always looking to make money, and you might be able to pop in with him. I've met with Hal a few times. He's a good guy. He might be able to. He might be able to help you out.
Ask him for his number. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
The Force said. "Ask
Yeah.
for
I mean, technically he can. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
We have comms in our
Here,
helmet.
here's his comm link code. Give him a ring and see if he might be some help for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't be any more help, but
You suck.
be safe.
I don't
You're
even know who you
worthless
are.
to me.
He clicks off.
Be safe. Make good decisions.
Make good life decisions.
Don't drink and drive.
So
alright.
this whole time, Lior's been standing right here, like, I can make that jump. Thinking in his head.
Getting together, the droid and the Wookiee, I'm pretty sure I can make it. I can build a bridge.
Oh goodness, that's funny.
I don't even know how far that is.
I have no idea.
Alright, I'm gonna
It looks jumpable.
I'm not sure that it is jumpable because, like, if you zoom in,
Force jumpable.
if
Force
you
jumpable.
zoom in, there's like what 4 or 5
a building
building
length.
lengths.
Yeah.
At least.
So that's a good like football field or more.
If you
I-
make it, you can compete in the Olympics.
I was going to give myself a grappling hook, but I didn't have enough money.
Oh, they're not expensive. They're like 25, aren't they?
So I see that he wants to make this jump, and I take my droid, and I have him go over the gap and back again, and over the gap and back again, just repeatedly.
How big is the droid? Could I stand on it?
Not that.
I
big.
don't think it's that big.
It's kind of supposed to be a sneaky thing. If it was
It's
like
a
really
wrist
big,
droid.
It's literally like a drone.
yeah, it's like the size of a drone. It's not that big. All right. Well, I mean, are you gonna call that other person, or are we
Well,
just?
I'm gonna convene with you guys and see like what our game plan is first.
Everybody can be back at the safe house at this point, so or you can keep talking on comlinks if Lior just likes to keep staring at the.
Yeah, just
Leo
brooding.
wants
chasm.
that cliff, he wants to stay there.
Shallow and put in.
Right.
So I have information about a contact that we can get together with to see if we can get some more help on this Padawan situation. It's Hal from Hal's Goods.
I mean, as long as it's not Hal's Bads, I mean, I'm open for discussion.
Yeah, I mean, if it was Hal's Bads, I mean, who would shop there?
House bags.
How's bads? Yeah.
And service.
All right.
Um,
So what's the game plan then?
Would anybody want to give Hal a ring and see if
Hmm.
we can figure something out there?
I mean, I'll happily give him a ring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You've got the other guys as well, so if you want to do if you want Randy to do the talking, you can.
I'll happily give him a ring.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Sally
diplomat
grabs
or
the comlink
whoever-
number.
Yeah, whoever the talkie person is now, that's who I'm gonna give the com to.
All right.
I'm a talky person, not necessarily good.
Yeah, but
talky.
you
In
say
the
the
good
right
way,
things.
not in the good.
Yeah, but do you say the right things?
I refuse to answer that statement at this time.
Please.
That's an incriminating question. All right. So Randy gives Hal a call, and he's like, this like gruff voice that answers, "Hey, this is Hal's. What can I do for you?"
Is he like the junker on Raku? Is that his species?
Yeah, sure.
Or Jakku?
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. It's
So
like,
are we actually talking for him,
Yeah,
or are we?
yeah, you can talk for him. We'll just use his dice as the if there's ever rolls to make.
One of you be the talkie guy.
Doesn't matter who.
All right, I can do it. My name's Steve, and I'm calling. I had some questions about some of the products we had here, and I just started listing out stuff, and then I just subtly slip in. Oh, and needing to slip into a base, and getting into the. I wanted to check in about this fine ware that you have here, and getting into the base, and what about this one?
All right. Let's go ahead. Let me pull up Stan's stats. I guess we'll just go straight to the rolls. no small talking. Randall, character sheet, skills. So he's got deception of lots, or negotiation of a little bit.
I feel like negotiation realistically is probably more what we were going for in this case. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do we want to try to trick him?
I mean, we want him to know that we're not part of the Republic.
That's true. So,
But didn't we have the diplomat?
yeah. The diplomat's here as well. He might be able to be better. I don't know. Let me pull up
Yeah,
his...
he was
He
the
was a
talkie person on
separatist.
that check.
Or a Republic diplomat, though. He doesn't know that.
Yeah, he's
Should've
just a
been a
diplomat.
separatist.
They have the same negotiation skill.
Yeah.
All right, so just have, you know, if it goes wrong, then we can just yell at Randy later. So
There you go.
Just in general,
Yeah,
I'm
this is
saying
what you
Josh's
did.
character might be recognized.
That's true. Josh's character is
Just in
a lot
general.
more recognizable.
Whether that's a good or a bad thing for us, we don't know.
Yes. All right. 1 yellow, 1 green versus 1 red, 1 purple. And we're rolling. Wow.
wow, a triumphant failure.
Triumphant
The greatest
failure.
choice.
So, the way we want to roll this, he is like talking to you, and you're like asking about getting into the base and the whatever, and he's like, he lets slip that he is pro Republic, but it like is weird because he's like, I will never help you guys break into our fine imperial, or not imperial, fine separatist
Separatist.
base. We have to protect those boys. I don't know. There's like, he like slips in that he's pro Republic, but also is not openly admitting to wanting to help you in the slightest.
He's
So
still
that-
in the Republic closet.
So I'm gonna have him respond. Oh well, I mean, I that's a shame because I really wanted to see Hal's goods and services turn into Hal's greats and services, and I was willing to get involved with maybe some donations here to help you get it moving along.
So that sounds like either charm. Yeah, that sounds like a charm.
I don't know what
Goodness.
his charm is, but
Come
Oh,
on.
man. It's like, that's not a word.
This guy is really,
understand
really
what
not
makes-
budging. He's like, all right, I'll tell you what. I take droid parts up there every Tuesday, which is tomorrow, as you know, because you can look at a calendar.
what day is it?
I'll take you as far as I can, but at the first sign of trouble, I'm out of there.
We'll take what we can get.
All right. The next day.
He hangs up. He hangs up. He's like, I guess it's only going to be Hal's pretty good services, you know.
Adequate.
Hal's decent in services.
Yeah.
Sufficient
Acceptable.
and services.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give a so like that night while it's dark so that you can get some boost die, we need to sneak some folks over to Hal's.
I can do that.
I can sneaks.
So whoever we need to be sneaksies.
I'm
We
the
do like
most
a-
sneaky person ever.
I say you just send your droid, maybe. What's the range on that thing?
I just like I have installed on the droid squishy sound, so it's just flying and going.
As it's flying.
If we're going as a group, then we can just do a group check and hope
Can I
that
do a survival check to start a bonfire overnight and recover a strain?
you can recover strain overnight. Yeah,
Just
I mean you could do a check if you'd really like to, but
how much?
at least one. Do you not have ration packs or anything?
I do, but I don't want to use them if I don't need to.
Okay. I mean, let's just say you guys ate some food while you're in the safe house and you can recover both strain. The safe house is nicely stocked, but you can't take it.
Cool.
It's for the Republic agents who are in the safe house.
I only have one encumbrance left anyway.
Oh yeah, like I guess I don't know. I guess it's been a while. I currently it says I have 2, but I don't know how long ago that was. So.
You are probably back at full. Everyone's back at full strain, and health is probably up close to full. If you had any crits, those are still valid, but
Oh my god, they crit. So I think...
I got mine healed at some point. I'm assuming on the space station.
I don't see anybody with
Like, we
crits.
blew it up.
We usually mark that. I don't think anybody has anything at the moment. So
Okay, I'll sneak over to House Goods and Services.
okay, so Leor, Clone Chris, is Sally going with this group,
I know, right?
or
I'm like,
do you just want to have another character?
Is it secret? Is it
It's just
safe?
boring to have another character. All right.
I mean,
So like, Sally is way too overconfident for like all reasons. So she's gonna try to be stealthy, and she's probably gonna do the equivalent of Krunk during Emperor's New Groove, like making sound effects as she goes through.
Fantastic. Yes. All right. Give me
I could do a force ability to alter her appearance, but I'm not gonna.
You know, sometimes it's just good to live in the moment.
Yeah, you gotta roll with the punches sometimes.
as a group, we need 4 successes to not get noticed. So give me
And I'm gonna use a Destiny because
um
it's gonna knock us out. But
three purple stealth check, but you get a boost for being at night.
Who's rolling and what are we adding to it?
Everybody's rolling. Everyone rolls
Oh.
their stealth versus 3 purple, but you get a boost. And just as a group, we need 4 successes. Net 4.
That
what's
shouldn't be
stealth
hard.
under? Is that agility?
It is.
Just letting you know, so you're.
Yes, it is.
Um,
Actually,
I
I don't
have,
need to use a
uh,
Destiny then, because
I have
actually
2 points in
passive.
Stalker, so I get 2 boost die on top of my
Ooh.
stealth. So,
You guys are easily
Actually,
gonna get
might
this.
not do
I should have made it
awful in
harder.
this.
and then, yeah.
Nope.
Wow.
I rolled real
Oh, okay.
bad. I'm actually half decent at stealth.
What was the difficulty?
Now,
3 purple, but you also get a blue.
Yeah.
That was just a bad roll all
All
around.
right, so we're at -2. We're at
Look
wow.
at those advantage.
okay.
Look at those advantage.
So we
Look
have
at
a
my boost. They
ton
did
of
nothing.
advantage. We're at 0 successes.
There were 4 boosts
I
that
have
were
one.
rolled. There were 8 total boosts that were rolled, and we got 4 advantage out of all of them.
Goodness gracious.
Oh man.
All right, so
how though?
we're at
Well,
net.
how many advantages turn into a success?
That's what I was just getting ready to count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If we make 3 advantage count as a success, we're good. I think we're just gonna do that because that is a lot of advantage.
You see, what happens is they both do a really great job at sneaking, and like I'm still making the sound effects the whole way, and they see me, and they're just like, okay,
What?
this is just a crazy person. We're just gonna ignore that. You know, it works out.
Right. Okay, so we're over here at Hal's, mostly decent shops and services. And parked out front is a vehicle that is coming to me. Land vehicle. Oh, I have
Yeah,
2.
I need
Wow.
to know.
Okay. I only have 2 vehicles in here, and they're both speeder bikes.
Just Google a random vehicle. It doesn't
Right.
have to be Star Wars. You just
Right.
put in like a UPS truck.
It's got a
Or
little
draw
truck.
in a truck.
got a little
There you go.
truck.
A
Beautiful.
huge truck.
It's a average sized truck. All right, we've got a civilian dude who is kind of ugly. How about this
Aw.
dude?
He's very sensitive about his appearance.
Oh, nice. Is that Hal?
This is Hal. So Hal welcomes you. He's like, hey. Just all right. Perfect.
Hal's just all right, and services. Yeah, Hal, that guy's all right, and he's got services too.
So you like show up at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. and knock on the dude's door because you were sneaking through the night, and he opens the door, and you all like climb into his house, into his shop, and he just kind of looks at you, looks outside, shuts the door, and goes, just kind of like, is this a stick up?
Maybe.
I don't keep cash in the register overnight.
Where are your goods? Where are your bags?
He like points to a
just
rat.
all right.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so next morning. You guys are. He's like, let me load the truck and we'll take off over to the detention center. So he's loading in like droid parts and this, that, and the other. He says there's 3 checkpoints that they come through. Depends on who's on duty. Some of these guys think that they are king of the world and make you check the ID and get out and want to search every crate. And then some of the guys don't care a lick. So if we happen to luck out today, then we'll get through easy. If we get Mr. Hotshot on duty, well, counting on you guys to not get me shot.
We'll do our best.
Are you going in with any sort of cover story? Are you hiding in crates? Are you just sitting in the passenger seat like you're supposed to be there? What's the game plan?
I was gonna use force misdirect to make Sally look like a robotic octopus thing,
Okay.
but
You should make me look like a hood piece, like on the front of the car. I like this.
I'll be
Yeah.
whatever you want me to be. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide in the back.
Okay.
I want to do stealth roll and like grapple the bottom of the truck like a
Just unnecessarily.
yeah. Yeah, that's me.
I
I'm
love
just
it.
gonna flatten myself on top of the vehicle and
Nice. All right. We get to the first checkpoint that they come up to. It's at the base of the hill. It's like this area right in here, right there. So they come up to the bottom of the hill, and there is a guard who's like sitting. He's got his gun out. He looks and notices who the driver is. He just
Droid guards.
waves him on by. These are human guards. So these are humans. Yeah. They are local security at this point.
Gotcha.
So the detention facility does have separatist droids in it, but it's also manned by local peoples. So they get through this first security checkpoint, and he says, "Oh, looks like we might be your lucky day, fellows. I think you're all fellows." He kind of like turns back to the front of the road,
Question mark.
just kind of like cuts himself off and stops talking.
good job. That's when they like just fire a rocket at us. Looks like we're all in the clear.
We get up to the second checkpoint, and this guy, he stops the vehicle and asks to see ID and license. So none of you are in like plain sight, right?
What if we are?
Then it changes stuff. I'm just asking, can the guard, like, if he looks in the window, no, he doesn't see any of you, right? I don't think.
I am still going with the case that I am like as flat as squiddingly possible on top of the vehicle. I'm just like
All right, so Leor's on the bottom, Sally's on top, and Clone Chris is hidden in the back of the vehicle. Got it. So he is like the driver, Hal. He's really nervous at this point, and he like fumbles around with his ID, and he shows it to the guard. And the guard kind of takes a look at it and hands it back to him. He's like, all right, move along. And Hal is like, okay. And so they drive up to the final stop, which is right outside. So I'm going to go ahead and move us over. Let me do one of these numbers, and then boinks.
I was having fun drawing.
My bad. So we're done here. Oops.
My body's gone.
So we're down here.
All right, so we pull up to the last checkpoint, which is right out front of the building. There is a security guard who is standing out front, and he points to Hal, and he's like, let me see your ID. So Hal pulls out his ID, and he's like fumbling around with it, and the security guard is, can you please step out of the vehicle, sir? And so Hal, like, he steps out of the vehicle, he drops his ID on the ground, and he like reaches down to pick it up, and the security guard is just like, you clumsy non-human oaf, whatever racist, sexist, speciest thing the security guard, speciest thing the security guard wants to say at him.
Frog man.
So let's do a perception check for this dude who is now checking with Hal. Chris is fine. Sally and Leor, let's do your stealth again with 1 red, 1 purple, and 1 blue. The blue being for him distracted with Hal.
Dang nabbit. All right. So I'm gonna take advantage of. I'm actually like kind of okay at this one, and I'm still doing bad. I'm going to take.
Driver
advantage.
just looks up at Sally like, I knew I should have washed my van this week.
Is this where the bathroom is? So what I'm gonna do is, as I realize that he's potentially gonna notice me, I'm gonna actually take advantage of my contraption ability.
Okay.
I'm basically going to just real quick. I'm gonna make a device that I'm gonna like pull out of nowhere. A contraption that's like basically just like a little like stun gun knockout like taser thing. I'm just gonna throw it on him.
Okay.
So I have to make a 3 purple mechanics to see if I actually make it.
Okay. Very good.
I kind of want to go in up here.
All right. You like rip the antenna off the vehicle. Quickly add some extra components.
Okay.
So you got like a 1-use stun cane.
With like all 6 of her arms flailing around. There's like a cartoon dust cloud in front of her.
Exactly. I like that.
Okay, and then I want to throw it on him. Do I need to make a check for that?
Yeah, that would just be a normal 2 purple
Range light.
melee. You're throwing at him?
Yeah,
Probably range light then, yeah.
good. I'm much better at that. I have a shot at this one.
I might be able to.
And I'm going to use our last destiny, so I'll do us all. And what was the difficulty too?
Just 2 purple, yes. Right. It thwacks the guy on the arm, and does it knock him out?
That's kind of what I was banking on here. That's why I'm making a contraption, a one-time Deus Ex Machina contraption, because that's the way the description makes it sound.
That sounds good to me. I like that. So he just kind of like convulses for a second and collapses onto the ground.
He's like, hey, what's that on the roof of your car?
And Hall is just kind of standing there outside the car, and he's like, okay, well, when they open this door, they're gonna see him laying on the ground, and they're gonna start shooting, and that's gonna be a problem.
So I quickly slither over, and then I just like throw him in a nearby hole. Like, is there any ditches nearby? I
Yeah,
could just
yeah.
be like,
Throw him off the edge real quick.
Who's on top of the vehicle right now?
that's me.
Sally.
I quickly split it
Why
off
didn't you just go under the vehicle?
because
I'm already there.
Lior's down there.
it was already
Yeah,
occupied.
it's a big vehicle. You don't. Do you take down the what?
All right, so you
I'd
toss.
probably fallen off and gotten run over by the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have done a
Yourself?
a strength
the-
check, athletics check to hold on while he's driving.
Yeah, or like suction cup yourself to the door, so when they like open up the roll up thing, you're just on the roof, like, on the inside, like they can't see you. You're just like up there suction cupped.
All right, I like that. Okay, so you toss the dude in the side, and they open up the garage door. Hall drives into the main facility. Whoops, daisies. Drives into the facility.
Before we do that, just as a group, do we want to stay together or like?
Let's split up, gang. You know what's gonna happen if I split up. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be great, but it's gonna be bad.
I'm just saying, like, should I go in a different entrance and look around, poke?
I mean, we could just be needlessly aggressive and just start
Okay.
shooting things.
I don't think we'd make it. We have
Yeah,
one
I was gonna
combat
say.
person with us.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Front doorway to the to the facility. Shoot them all.
That's why I felt a little more comfortable doing this session, break-in session with you guys, rather than some of the other
More aggressive.
Josh.
people.
We'll just
Um,
retcon them in and say they were with you, rather than. Okay.
Because I'm
then-
thinking I could like go in near the landing pad and find an air vent, like I did last time on the ship.
I mean, that's up to you if you want to go solo. You're on your own if you do. I personally don't think it's a good idea in meta perspective, because if crap goes down, we're mega screwed. but
Yeah, that's true.
that's up to you. I ain't gonna stop you.
I'll stay with you guys.
I mean, you're so sneaky, none of us would even notice that you left anyway.
Right, you could have dropped off. You could have dropped off the bottom, and
Right, that's what I was thinking. But
Yeah.
if the group didn't want me to do that, I wouldn't. I didn't want to leave the group.
I mean, you're also evil, so you can kind of just do whatever you want.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna just to stay in character. I'll do what my character would do.
Okay.
And be a tool.
I mean,
Yeah.
if fighting breaks out, we can just say that other people are there and grab one of the other characters to help you fight. So,
So right as the van was going in, I jump off and start sneaking my way over.
okay.
Yeah, how far is the distance from like where he's at to the top of the building?
To the top of the building.
Like the top of the buildings, like these facilities.
How high they are?
Yeah, how high they are off the ground.
That's a good question. Probably.
I would imagine they're
Just
too
like-
high because if you look at this building, that looks like the highest building, and it doesn't even look that high.
They're like a normal, like a floor, like 10 feet,
One floor.
10 feet, 12 feet
okay.
off the ground, just
Okay.
kind of like columns that are up in the air, elevating all the buildings. So when you come in to this like welcome center, is that what W stands for? Welcome.
Yeah, that's the welcome mat.
Yeah. So you come into the welcome center, and there's like a little escalator right here that takes you up from this section to the rest of the building. So all of this W is on the ground floor, and then everything else is like 10 to 12 feet up in the air.
Okay.
All right.
How good are your climbing skills?
Can I do a
We'll say just 10
general
feet.
perception check, Steve?
Yes. I like
Does it
general
have, like,
perception.
A hot and cold kind of deal going with this Padawan through the Force,
Oh, okay. So you're doing like a Forcey type perception with him.
like a yeah.
Okay.
Would I do a combined roll or just my perception? Both skills.
Um,
just perception?
Probably just perception, but it's just a perception check that other players couldn't make because they don't have force. But
Right.
from force to force, it's probably just perception is fine.
Ooh.
Okay. So with the successes, you acknowledge that it's a light side force user that is fairly dopey in the force.
I was
D
thinking,
stands for detention, so he's in like the main detention area.
weren't.
Yeah. That section, somewhere in there.
Okay.
With the threat, he's unconscious, so there's like no way to communicate with him
Okay.
through
I
the
was gonna
force.
say he knows I'm here too, but he's unconscious.
He's unconscious.
So how long is our ride keeping the vehicle here?
That
Did
is
he
a
ever-
good question. He was not
is
planning to stick around too terribly
is-
long.
I was gonna say yeah. Is he gonna leave here in a minute? Because like if he is, then we need to get in like better cover or something. Because I'm thinking
Just
what.
stay on it and leave with him. Okay, back up.
Well, honestly, I probably
Have fun, Neil.
honestly I probably could. What I was actually thinking of doing is actually sending my drone through the interior.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah, you could
I
be a
could just
drone
keep
spy
it-
for us.
keep it high flying so we can maybe specify where it is and use it as a scout.
And what I can do is I'll stealth in front so the door actually opens, and then he can just follow in.
So it wouldn't necessarily be a bad
the
thing if I went
drone.
away, assuming that my thing can still be in range. I don't
Mhm.
know if there's like since this is a thing we just made up, if there's a set range to it.
So is the door here, or are we like in a loading dock and we can just kind of like go in without?
Correct. You're in the loading dock area.
Okay.
This goes to like storage. This one goes to like the main facilities.
And there's definitely 3 dudes.
Yep.
Guard.
So there's a human security guard, and then the 2 droids that are battle droid, but they double as like working, lifting
So
stuff,
this-
moving things.
I have a question. If I were to do like a stealth check, could I do like kind of like they do in The Last of Us, like throw something in a corner to distract them so I can like stealth behind them, or do I just have to roll immaculately to just walk right in front of them?
Yes, you can distract. So like if you throw something, we'll just give like probably 1 boost die
Okay.
to the check.
Okay. What's the difficulty going to be on that?
3 purple, because I mean there's lights on. It's
Okay.
not a huge space.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But it didn't matter. Nice.
He's basically invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why
I'm
do
just
you have
gonna
to do
I'm
those?
gonna like pick up one of like the bolts or like something that's just kind of like loose in the room and like chuck it in a corner
Mm-hmm.
to kind of direct him away from the door so I can slip behind him.
Yeah.
Also, so I'm gonna actually go inside the vehicle now, and I'm gonna do what I said. I'm gonna take control of the drone, and I'm gonna have it like fly high and kind of keep over.
Okay.
Kind of following Chris, and whenever he opens up a path, then I'm gonna kind of scout ahead for him,
Alright.
and I'll just comment what's
The-
going on.
Drone from Battle.
I'm also thinking so that it like, because I kind of like the idea of making this like a cool thing, and I'm thinking about seeing if maybe later I can upgrade this drone or do stuff with it.
Mhm.
So that it's not like OP, I'm thinking I'll spend some money and use some of those spare computer parts that I've been building up, because I have 48 of them that I've been sitting on.
Okay.
That we kind of were writing in a while ago.
Yeah.
So that way it's not like OP, and I'm not just like, oh, I could do whatever I want with it. So I have 48. So how about if I say like if I spend maybe like 300 credits and like 20 spare parts, we'll say that I use that to gather the materials.
Okay, back.
I mean, yeah, depending on what it is, that's what we can end up doing for sure.
Just as like even just to build the drone in the first place.
Oh.
It's up to you.
I would say the modifications will use standard modification rules because they have those sort of things in the system. But for just the building, I mean that you got the talent so that you could do that sort of thing. So
Okay. I just want to make sure. 'Cause
so I'm
I wanna-
okay with cobbling together a drone.
Yeah,
then-
because this isn't like a normal like type of build, so I want to try to
Right.
see what we can do. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking later on maybe if I could even like attach a small gun to it or something.
Sure.
Like a
Yeah,
stun gun.
we'll definitely follow normal modification rules. I can even link you the
Yeah,
the page on that.
I think that'll be fun.
This would have been an awesome session to have Lance pose as General Grievous. By the way, throwing that out there. Continue.
So yeah, so now I'm in the vehicle.
What's the situation?
And I'll just be updating him periodically as we're going through. So, actually, I'll make a little token
Make a drone.
for my drone, just so we know where it is.
Steve, do you have like an Imperial probe token?
I don't have a probe token. I have a window washer.
Ooh.
It's the only flying drone that I have.
Oh, wait, I don't want that to be square.
All right. So Chris snuck in Leor. Let's jump back to you.
Are
What's-
there any vents or anything that I could get open on the main building? Probably not, right?
In the main detention center building?
Or windows or anything.
Not on the detention center. There's some
Okay.
windows in the M building, A building, and probably H. I need to scroll down and see what H stands for. I don't know what H stands for. Oh no, H definitely not.
Hugs. Stands for
How'd he do?
hugs.
So A and M have windows big enough to get in.
And these bridges are open, like open air bridges,
They
Like
are
doors.
they're closed in bridges.
closed in bridges.
Yeah, they have like clear Durasteel, so you can see, but they are locked. They're like sealed.
Gotcha.
M
about-
is the mechanics area, so there are like vents and things to get into that room.
Okay.
And then
I was thinking of a way
that's
I
the
could
place
get
that
to this building.
there is no
Obvious.
obvious
way.
access point from the outside into that building. You could get onto the roof perhaps and maybe with a little bit of luck find something, but
That's what I was
or blow something open. But
like skullduggery kind of
right.
find an open hatch
Yeah.
deal. Okay. I think I might try that.
So we'd need an athletics check to get to the top of the building. You can do 2 checks or 1 hard check. Can be up to you.
Well, my force leap and my athletics check is the same, so
Okay.
it doesn't really matter
Well,
which,
I'm
which
saying,
one I use, I guess.
do you want to do you could do 3 purple check twice, or you could do 2 red, 2 purple once
2 red.
to get all the way to the top.
Oh. Can I just do like 1 jump here to start with, and then like second one up if I wanted?
Okay, so do 3 purple. Yeah.
Just like 1 here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Psych. That's the wrong
Just
ledge.
slide right down.
Your jumping is not
know.
on point.
I'm going to spend some XP.
Man, I
Is
forgot
it
to
5 per? It's 5 times the level that you're leveling.
correct. Yeah, that you're coming from.
That you're-
If it's career. If it's career, it's 5. If it's not
Right,
career,
it
it's
is.
10.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Luckily, you're so sneaky that no one saw you stumble again.
Let me, I guess, roll a perception for somebody out there.
Somebody's like, "What was that?"
There's no windows.
There's windows in A and M
Oh.
that could look out and see you. Did somebody happen to be looking out? Who do we want? Let's just have a random person.
Joe Schmo.
We got 3. What's the difficulty, do you think?
It's pretty snowy.
3 purple? Or 2 purple and a black? Or
I mean, he's got a lot of stealth, so I feel like
2
it should
purple,
be,
2 black?
Yeah, I feel like it should be pretty against him.
Lots of snow, 1 black. His stealthiness, another black. Rare chance that somebody's looking out, 3 purple. All right.
Normal check for looking out the window.
I'll give him some extra help. Nope.
That was pretty close. all things
Yeah, that was
considered.
close-ish.
And with the threat, he goes blind.
Somehow. What happened is when he looked out and he saw Lior, but it just so happened that he saw his plumber crack at the same time, and it just it just scarred him for life.
So this guy is just like randomly looking out the window. Doesn't notice anything though, so you are still fine. Okay.
I don't know what to do then. I guess I could
You could
go around
always
here and check this area out.
the
I guess.
H is pretty high, so like there's the cavern, like the wall drops off like on this area, so H is pretty
Secluded.
secluded. There's no way to get up to that point.
Okay.
So getting on top of D or G or P is like the only option aside from windows on A or the landing platform over here, and just go in a door.
You need those
I
like
could see
cartoon
that.
suction cups to like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go.
Chris said he'd be back in 1 sec.
Okay, that's fine. Let's
Could I just spend the rest of my turn like slowly climbing up this ledge?
slowly climbing up the ledge. Sure.
Like skip a turn to.
Yeah, just take your
Trudge through the
time.
snow.
Don't need to roll for it. That's fine.
I was gonna say while we're doing that, because I assume
This
there's
is bourbon.
not much going on in here while we're waiting for Chris.
Right.
Then I can just try to send the droid forward a little bit to scout.
Okay.
Kind of have it high flying towards the ceiling.
All right. Whoopsie daisies. Just opened up RuneScape. Close that. There we go. So you are flying through the maintenance area, Dylan. And in the maintenance, there's like little droids wheeling back and forth that are carrying out components to go fix this, that, and the other. There's a dude who is sitting in his office. He's got his door open. He's talking loudly on the phone about the races last night, this, that, and the other. Let's see.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
So all of these doors are just open. So M1 is an office with a dude who's just sitting in there. M2 is the uniform distribution area. So like there's just uniforms hanging out. M3, there's some like broken service droids. There's a technician who's in there who's working on stuff. And as you slide past M4, it's just like parts and storage and repair room. So there's just stuff in there.
So I'm gonna relay this to Chris as I go ahead, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, potential good idea here. If you want to get one of these costumes, or one of these uniforms, might help you to sneak around a little bit."
Yes. Okay. Hopefully.
And then I'm gonna like kind of work my way over to here, so that I'm just kind of waiting for the next door since I can't open the door myself.
I'm gonna sneak up and try and jump in this uniform room here.
Okay.
Is
Nobody's.
that the guy in M3?
Yeah, there's a person in M3. He's
Okay,
working on fixing up a droid or something that's in that room.
Okay.
Nobody notices or says anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody even is out to see you. So
To see me. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go in there and, I guess put. I want to like put on their uniform, but kind of have my cloak still on, like
Okay.
more or less hiding my rifle.
Okay.
So I'm like just gonna try and put on the uniform, like find a bigger uniform and just like put it over my current gear that I have. So that way I don't like end up leaving my stuff here if stuff
Right.
goes wrong.
Okay, sure. So it looks a little silly, but
Yeah. But
It-
I'm gonna wear my cloak kind of like I just came from outside and it's like my windbreaker kind of
mhm.
my poncho cloak thing.
Yep, that works.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna put on their hat because that's how you know.
That's how you know.
And then
All right, you are consider yourself stealth
Incognito.
incognito. Oh, so you come up to the door, and it asks for an access card.
all right, I'm gonna go back to
Whack,
M3 and see if I can't subdue this guy. Wait, so M3 he was working on what, and then what is that? M1?
M1 is an office. There's a guy like leaned back in a chair talking on a phone, not paying any attention to anything. M3 is a guy who's working on servicing a droid, of just like a repair droid, not a battle
Okay.
droid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into M3 because that could possibly be some stuff we could use. I'm just gonna walk in, and yeah, I'm gonna.
So he doesn't have to notice you if you don't want.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can just kind of like quietly subdue him.
Okay.
Not like kill him. I don't want to just completely blast him out of the,
Win him over, you know.
Yeah.
Show him that you really liked him.
Well, no, I'm not gonna talk to him because that's not my guy anymore. I'm just gonna make him go to sleep. I'm gonna come up behind him and just kind of make him take a nap.
All right. Go ahead and give me a brawl check.
Okay. Am I able to like hit him with my rifle? Would that like help me? Because I have no like strength.
That would be a
so-
melee check if
Okay.
you're using a weapon.
So I'll try that over just trying to forcefully choke him because I am not.
Okay. Yeah, give me let's say 3 purple to just
Okay.
straight up knock the guy out.
I think you
Incapacitate
should
him.
get a boost
And then a melee.
because he's concealed and it's like an easy shot. Should be a boost die.
Well, I have Stalker, which gives me, because I have 2 ranks in it, 2 boost die per rank of Stalker for stealth and coordination checks. I don't know if that really counts.
I
Coordination.
mean, I guess if you're sneak attacking, maybe, but
Yeah, coordination is a skill, like it's an actual.
Right.
It's an agility skill. So yeah, it wouldn't work for this. That'd
I
be
mean,
more
I guess
shooting.
you should just have like 2 purple because the actual let's say 3 purple because the actual
Yeah,
difficulty
three
of
purple's
knocking it
fine.
out.
Let me just see what my melee is. Combat.
you're -1.
Actually, I don't know how to. My melee is.
You should be down in your weapon area somewhere.
it's a
Oh no, melee's
it's a
right here,
skill.
bronze. So yeah, it's just 2 green. Okay.
No way.
And no boosts. So what? Damn.
You just missed.
Okay. Well, with a failure and a threat,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
you bop this guy on the back of the head
Yep.
pretty good, and so like he like falls into the pile of droids with the threat. He makes kind of a big noise,
Mhm.
and so now you've got a scientist IT dude lying on the ground in a pile of droids that just kind of like crashed. So
Mhm.
you've got like a second or 2 to figure something
Uh,
out.
I'm gonna search his pockets quickly
Okay.
for a key card.
All right, go ahead and let's do an athletics check for me.
Athletics. Ooh.
So it'll be your
Athletics.
athletics. It'll be your athletics versus his athletics.
Oh yeah, I guess because you didn't actually knock him out, so you just
Yeah, he's
banged him on the
yeah
head.
he's still up and moving. So he does not have he does have athletics. Wow.
Well, he's probably gonna beat me then.
All right, 1 yellow, 1 green, which would be a red and a
Oh.
purple.
Wow.
You don't need to
Yeah,
retcon
he's-
this.
Can I destiny point this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, because I am not gonna win this if I don't destiny point this.
I I was just gonna say for future in a scenario like this, what if we did like an attack versus the dude's resilience,
That would actually not been a bad plan.
just
Yeah.
for future reference? And just the thought that just crossed my mind.
Yeah, I like that
Should
too.
have just
To see if he's-
pickpocketed him.
I'm not good at pickpocket. I'm just good at being quiet. Okay, so
Not good at head booping.
a red,
either.
a purple, and
There's not a head booping skill.
One red, one purple.
green, and then
A head booping skill. We can make custom skills. My goods,
and then my
guys.
destiny point would give me what?
It changes one of your greens to a yellow,
Okay,
unless you're already full of yellow, and then you get an extra green.
no, not at all. Not even.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey, nice. All right, so you like grab the his key card out of his pocket, out of his hand, and he's like trying to struggle against you, but he's into IT and is no match for.
Okay.
Kind of
I'm gonna grab
defense.
like one of the droids in the room and like throw it on top of him,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run out into the hallway and be like, "Help! Help! A droid had fallen on the IT guy."
Awesome. All right, so like the guy who was in M1 on the phone, he's like, "What's going on?" And he runs out here, and you point him into the room, and so he runs in to go help the dude. Runs
Okay,
right
I'm
runs right
going
past
to-
you.
I'm going to like close the door from the panel on the outside and then hit it with the butt of my gun so they can't get out.
Ah, nice. All right. So now that door is shut and locked up. Cool.
All right. Well, now that we have an IT guy key card, I'm gonna go to this door.
That's
and this
when
is
you
the direction.
That's when you see my my drone, and it's got like one of those anime sweat drops as he runs out of the
I had it all under control
room.
the whole time. All right. So yeah, so I'm gonna use the control panel for the key card.
All right. It like flashes green and opens up for you.
Woo! Do 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 do.
So you're like running across this bridge. You look over, you see Lior struggling to climb the snow piles.
I just wave and keep going.
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
My asthma.
One floor, my ass.
All right.
I'm waiting for him to like get into the building, and we're already gonna have gotten the guy, and like we're gonna be out in
Hey,
the
let's
van
go.
waiting for him.
Yeah. Yeah, what took you so long? It's alright, that's what happened the first session we did when I had my talkie guy. Took the dude's face, took the dry cleaning, got a suit, got a backstory and everything, and then like meet up at the front and you guys are running out with the thing we needed. I'm like,
I remember that.
all right, yes, I'll follow. I ruined some guy's life for nothing.
Sometimes it's for the personal satisfaction of ruining a person's life.
I guess.
All right.
Uh,
I'm thinking you're still probably time frame ahead of Lior because he had his like jump and now he's climbing. So
okay.
I think you're still good time frame where we are.
Right. So I'm gonna comment. Let's like search different sides of the hall to save time.
Okay.
So I'll go this way.
Beep boop boop beep boop bop.
So there are droids patrolling. Let me pop some droids in here.
Oh, oh, oh.
Retreat.
Backtracking.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't matter for me unless they actually think to look up. I mean, they might not even think it's suspicious. I don't know. They might.
Or scan you.
It's another
Super battle
robot.
droids can't look up.
I mean, look at that. Does he have a neck? How can he look at?
So there are two super battle droids who are just kind of like walking around the hallway area patrolling, but you are in like the main lower security detention facility.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna like kind of like creep around the corner and see that he's there,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, whoops,
Whoop.
then I'm gonna backtrack and like go in to like try and cut
Sneaky
through.
boy.
Yeah,
basically.
sure.
I'm gonna keep like circling around.
So
Go
in
look
that
at what's in H. Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
And that-
I'm
in this main area, there's a computer core or computer console
Okay.
on one of the walls, and it has like your little ID card slot that you can pop an ID card into.
mm-hmm.
It's begging
So
you.
yeah.
It's begging you to pop an
So
ID
yeah,
card
I'm
into
gonna
it.
do that.
All right.
Please stick in a car.
It pops up with the roster of things that need fixed in this section that have been like put in for repair.
Okay.
So basically, what this guy would have seen on his task list of jobs to do is on this list. As you scroll down through it, give me a perception check of
Okay.
2 purple perception.
Perception is pretty good, I think. Yes. Okay. 2 purple. Alright. Whoops. 1, 2. There we go.
Oh, nice! Wow, that's really good. You have a 5 in what's
Yep.
the wow?
I spent all my points in my skills.
Oh goodness, nice.
Damn.
Okay, so as you're like scrolling through this list, you notice that some of the droids that are on this repair list are interrogation droids, and they're like the high priority ones, and they were looking to use those today. So it is a high priority to fix that interrogation droid.
Okay.
I wonder what it could be used for, you think to
Yeah.
yourself.
Something unrelated to us.
Do I know the location of it?
Yes. We can
Or at least the last point of origin that it was?
it was used in P4
Okay.
is like the storage facility in the interrogation prisoner processing building.
Okay. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna talk to Sally's bot. And
Yeah. So I made a full lap
Okay.
while he was doing that. Did I see anything like on the outer ring? Because these look like a bunch of like cells. I don't know if that's what
Yeah,
these are
they're
on the
they're
border.
closed door cells, so there's like no window into them or anything.
So all of these like D, H and all that. These are all detention cells. Like
in
These are
in
all
the in the
detention
circle
blocks.
in the circle you're in, all of these little square things are doors to detention cells.
okay.
So that would
What
be a
about
detention
like these
cell.
ones here and like these over
Same thing for that one.
okay.
H is the high
Something
security
different.
detention
Oh, okay.
facility.
I see. Okay.
All right.
So for you, Dylan, you noticed that it's pretty much just these droids that are patrolling. I mean, there's really not a whole lot else
okay.
to just visually see.
Yeah, there's nothing visually because you can't see through the doors. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
They're like prison cells, or if they were actually like closed off.
Yeah, they're closed.
Okay. So I assume that Chris is giving me the lowdown here.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just about to say that I was going to check on P4. There was a interrogation droid that was getting maintenance done. That was last in that room.
Real quick, before you go do that, can you take me to the computer? I might be able to give you some instructions on how to access more information.
Ooh. Yes.
So basically what I'm going to do, since I can't actually enter them myself, I'm going to look at the keys and kind of look what he's entering, and I'm going to actually try to kind of like give him step-by-step commands to basically try to wiggle his way into the
Hacking.
system
That's pretty cool.
Security
and
for
get some
dummies.
information.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Security.
All right. So let's do a.
Sounds like a group computer check.
Yeah, it would. Although it'll probably just end up being Dylan's computers. So the way
Yeah,
it
'cause I
goes.
mean,
Yeah.
realistically,
Please
I'm
do not go
basically-
off of mine. Whatever you do,
And Chris's
Basically
character
I'm
pushing.
basically just telling him what to enter.
Right.
So
we'll have the same event as when I tried to knock that guy out.
It's the person with the highest characteristic combined with the highest skill which I'm going to guess is Dylan on both of
Yeah.
those.
Yep.
Intelligence and then
Mhm.
computers. So
Yeah, unless you have more than one in computers, because I have a one yellow, but I have 4 green. So
I have 0 in it. So
all right, so I'm going to so I just want to kind of try to see if I can pinpoint where the person we're looking for is.
okay, cool. Give me a 3 purple
Okay. All right.
to do that little gig. All right. So you have got the room number. It's a D17, which is this one right here. So D17 is where the Padawan is being held. With the advantage, you see that his schedule for later today is to be brought out and processed for interrogation approximately an hour before General Grievous is set to arrive, which is like 3 hours from now. So you've got an hour until he's taken out of that location and brought to interrogation processing prep.
So I have an idea then. Well, first off, is it possible for me to open that door to where the person's at?
With another check, yes.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking is, and I'm gonna con this to Leor and to Chris, and I'm going to say, I think what we need, Leor, and I'm gonna say, Leor, you're
I was
still
just assuming I
outside.
was patched in.
You're still
Close.
climbing. You're still outside climbing your way in, right? Just kind of getting the context. I take that as a yes. So what I think we could need from you is a hit and run. So cause a distraction out where you're at to try to pull guards away. And while you're doing that, we can free our target from our end and try to escort them out in the middle of the chaos.
Okay.
It's
I mean, does that seem
not a
good to
bad
everyone?
plan.
Yeah.
Cool.
We could do that.
And I think that would be a good transition for Leor anyway.
yeah, so we could be typing away, and then he does his climb stuff right now.
All right. So let's go ahead.
My climate's in here.
Let's go ahead and run the distraction, and then
That's me.
we'll probably end there. And when we come back, we'll run the extraction. Ooh.
Ooh.
But yeah, since Leor is kind of the catalyst, let's run his distraction.
Okay.
So we'll do the distraction now and then end it.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I was gonna interrogate this guy, but we can not do that.
I mean, you can, I guess. You can like force pull him out the window and.
I was gonna say, I
Well, I
gave
was
you
gonna,
what
like,
I think was our idea.
Knock
So
on
I mean,
this door
what you
and have him
do-
come to the
what
door.
you do
'cause I
from
can't
then
get
is up
in.
to you.
Can I look in the window, like a different window? See the only one in there? Or-
No, he is not the only one in there.
Darth Vader's in the other one.
Oh, jeezer. That's a good room to make a distraction.
Technically, it would still be Anakin.
Well, shut up.
It's okay. I didn't even know that we were before Clone Wars, so or before Order 66.
So yeah, it is a little bit congested in there.
Yeah.
There's like people at desks and offices, and there's droids just kind of standing guard. Some techs, some administrative-looking folk. Yes. So that building is pretty.
Does this building have a window?
That one does not. M1 and
Ah.
M and A are the two ones that have windows because they're the low security risk buildings. A for administration,
planning
M for
on-
maintenance.
How are we planning on extracting this guy?
I mean,
That's a
do
good
you
question.
have any explosives?
I don't, but
Actually, I was supposed to tell you that there were 6 explosive-y thingies, like wall busters, at the headquarters, the safe house, that you could take. So you do have
So-
explosives.
We conveniently have them.
Yes, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
So, 'cause
I
I'm
was gonna
thinking we can
interrogate
most-
them.
I mean, it's up to you.
I guess you guys could look through the computers to see where they're keeping the Padawan's lightsaber, because I'm interested in that.
Real motives.
But really, though,
I mean, at this point, I asked you to do what you need to do, so do what you
Yeah.
got to do. As long as you pull off distracting them, so that we can causing some chaos, so that we can do what we got to do. I don't really care.
I mean, if you want, he can scan the computer for that information on where the stuff would be held.
I would assume in H. That's just what I was assuming.
H. It is, well, I can just tell you, it's held in P2. That's like the prisoner holding cells. They hold all their stuff
The
there,
evidence.
the evidence,
That's where I was going to go next.
all of the belongings, all that sort of stuff
How convenient.
is in P. P for prisoner.
I was going to try
whatever.
to get into.
Prisoner
I mean, you
processing.
can go for it. Whatever you do after you blow stuff up is none of my concern.
I
So
was gonna say I was gonna go to P4 for the interrogation droid, see what information we could find.
Can we do that? Go into P before
Well, I
we
mean,
end.
I always have to
session?
pee.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
we can do that. Sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna use the stealth roll to sneak up, like under the ship
Okay.
here, and I'm gonna plant some of those doorbuster explosives on the ship
Okay.
itself.
Just in case we need to not use the ship for escaping. Got it.
That's what I was
Yeah, that's the distraction.
Well, I mean that would pull them all away.
Yes, it would.
I don't know
Yes,
what
it
else
would.
I'm supposed to do to cause a distraction.
I mean, you could just blow up A.
I mean, I guess like all the walls around A.
Yeah. Yeah, like
How many of
place
these
one
do I
here.
have? I assumed I had like one.
You have 6.
Oh, I have
Oh,
6.
dude, place 3.
Okay.
Place like one here, one on the door.
They
I'll
are
just put it.
powerful enough to probably blow open a reinforced door. Probably
like a
going to
wall
take
or
a
anything?
What about,
probably
like-
a few to like take out a pillar, like 3 to
That's what I
take out
was
a pillar of the building.
About
Just
taking
make
out
sure it
like a
doesn't
pillar
affect
on this
the-
side, so that way it like slides down the cliff.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But that is our
Yeah.
only exit, though. If it slides into M.
And not if we take the ship.
True. You're right.
So
I mean,
we're all
I'm
gonna
in a
be like.
vehicle, so I don't care.
So we're both gonna be in P anyway. So that's a quick way to the ship, I guess. You know.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say my
it is.
droid's
It's over
probably
there.
Just file whatever. So
Yeah. So I'll just kind of sneak under the building, I assume, because it has support pillars.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I'll just plant it on the one in like this corner here.
Okay.
All of them.
All of them in the one corner. That works.
whoever's in that corner is super screwed.
Yes. All right.
What?
Oh, doggy. Was
I'm
that your
super sneaky.
that was your stealth roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You are not seen, not heard, not smelled, nothing.
Cool.
You actually look like the abominable snowman right now. So if anyone saw you, they'd be like, "Oh."
Get me out of here.
So with my triumph,
Mhm.
could I like sneak over here to? How would I open the ship door?
That would be a skullduggery check or
That's
a
what I was
computers check.
I was gonna say, could I potentially give any info, since I'm a mechanic and I know about chips and stuff?
I
will
Give like a
skull-
boost.
I could see that. Yeah. I could give a boost for vocal encouragement.
vocal.
Be like, oh, you know, there's a dude out over here, and if you pull the thing over here, you should be able to get in and do the thing.
If you want to give a knowledge warfare check, we could give a boost die per success that you end up on with that.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
My knowledge is fairly good. So.
Against anything?
For Dylan's knowledge warfare,
Oh, for Dylan.
because
I
he's
also have knowledge.
going to be walking you through it. So by memory,
All right.
this
and,
is what he remembers about.
But I also have
difficulty.
knowledge warfare.
Let's.
His
True.
computers for my boosts, and then my knowledge warfare for my own.
I mean,
boosts.
I have 5 in knowledge, so I have 5 greens. So
You
in knowledge warfare.
yeah, go ahead and roll that,
Doesn't matter.
Dylan. It's
Yeah.
he's going to get several, I think, on this.
What's the difficulty?
2 purple. Wow. Okay.
What are the odds?
Well,
Did not expect that.
I think if you pull the hinger dinger, there's some sort of donger that does something. Sorry,
What
I don't
it is
remember.
I'm like giving them really good instructions, but they're for like an older model.
Completely a different ship. Yes.
It's like a different model, so it doesn't even work. Nailed it. I think I'm doing good.
So now
Okay, so now you just do
I
a
do
normal
one, or
check.
I do my roll.
You do your normal
with Dylan's
skill dodgery
computers
check.
boost?
He didn't give you any computer boost. He's describing the wrong ship.
Oh, okay. All right.
Didn't matter. Didn't need it. Cool. You pop open the hatch to the ship.
It's ready. Ready. To go.
With the advantage, it's nice and quiet, and so the pilot who's kind of just hanging out in the ship does not notice that the wind has started blowing into the ship and the door is open and whatever. No,
Cool.
he's in the cockpit, and you're in the back section, so he has not noticed that there is a person on the ship.
Cool. I assume that took a while. So,
Depending on how long you want it to take.
well, I have no way to get into this building, but Chris does. So that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
He would have to let me in.
Yeah, and that's where I was going. Are we done at the control panel, or?
I'm probably gonna
I'm just-
stay at the control panel since
Chilling under the ship,
I don't know if there's really a whole lot else that I need my bot for at this point.
or I'm just gonna
Yeah.
sneak and chill under the bridge.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you can teach me how to like get into the droid or something, like.
Oh, I guess so.
We're just leaving the
yes.
patty one
So
there.
I'm just gonna like not even look at the droid, like he's not even there, and just scan in
Okay.
if that works.
Yep. The scan works and lets you in.
All right, cool. I'm assuming you calmed me, Liar.
Yeah, ship's ready to go. Bombs are in place. I neglect to tell you where the bombs are.
I'm gonna scan into this room. I'm gonna scan into this room, and then
You just hear me knocking on the door.
yeah. Hopefully I don't see anybody. Scan into P4. Oh, the droid is there. Ah!
So that's the droid who is waiting on repairs from you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wow.
Bunch of people just spawned on the lair. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
So this dude would have seen you walk in,
Okay.
but he didn't have any like security droids around him or anything. So
Okay.
I mean, he got in, so I don't think he really would have found it too odd.
right, yeah, it's not super weird.
So then who's the guy at the ship?
That's the pilot that doesn't know Lior opened the door.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna take a look at the interrogation bot and see if we can't use him somehow.
Okay. You can give a mechanics check for that.
Okay. Is he like turned on, or is he like?
He's powered off at the moment.
Powered down. Okay.
Yeah, he's powered
Um,
down.
Again,
For
can I
repairs.
give him instructions either to boost him or
Yep.
just tell him what to do?
Yep.
Yeah. Please.
Because
tell me
he,
what to do.
because you can see, you can straight up use your dice to walk him through it.
Okay. Difficulty?
Okay.
Let's do 2 purple.
Doing any upgrades?
No, just that. All right. Clone Chris, give me a coordination check to work with all these tiny little wires.
Ooh, I'm good at the coordination.
All right. Give me a 3 purple coordination
Three
check.
purple.
Uh, 2 purple and a red, rather. Destiny point that.
Don't get zapped.
Okay, so
He starts interrogating you. 'Cause he got him working, but he's going too hard.
So 2 purple and a red, you said?
Please. Oh, man. Not today. Cool.
Not up in here.
All right, what exactly do you want that droid to do? Because he's basically a clean slate for you.
We should take
Well,
him with
I
us.
didn't want to wipe him. At first, I wanted to just like see who he interrogated like,
Okay.
recently to see if I can get any information on the Padawan or.
He has not interrogated the Padawan. He's down for repairs. The
Okay.
IT guy is supposed to repair him within an
yes.
hour so that he can interrogate the guy next hour.
But he's kind of
He's currently locked in a room. Yeah. So
Hey,
Um,
RBM viewers, welcome.
So I'm just going to.
I come in and say, take him with us.
Yeah,
I can use him for things.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what I basically wanted to like use him for, like so he can. I just don't know how we're gonna get him through this way, but yeah. So we'll just.
I mean,
I guess
he
take him
walks, so you can.
around. Yeah, he's a blank slate. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean,
Follow us.
you look like a dude, so it's not like anyone's gonna.
I'm a dude
like an IT
disguised
guy.
as a
He's
dude
got
playing
IT
another dude.
uniform.
All right, I'll
But
give-
yeah, so yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So now you've got the interrogation droid following you through the hall.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up to the droids, I guess.
Okay. So you open up the open up the door, and the 2 super battle droids kind of look at you, and look at the interrogation droid and ask for an identification because they're not expecting to see you there.
Okay. Does the droid have any identification numbers or? Actually, you know what? I'll just show him my
IT card.
IT card.
All right, so he takes it and he
But I'm
scans
gonna.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me roll a thingamajigger. Okay, he takes it, scans it, and doesn't say anything about it. Hands it back to you, and just kind of backs up, does his thing,
Okay.
stands there.
I'm gonna like, kind of like come to the door and open it, and then I'm gonna say to Lior, pretend that you're in binders, like kind of like under my breath. So that way they don't-
Actually, I have an idea.
He has an idea. Actually,
I'm gonna come in and say now would actually be a good time to set off the explosives.
But
Really?
I'm not gonna.
Wait, why?
Because if you want to get through, we could have all these guys come out and check the explosives. They're gonna be gone for a hot
Yeah,
minute.
but we don't want to do it right now when we're right in the doorway and they're like, "Hey, who are these guys that are just here?" What I was gonna do is be like, "Oh, he's in binders. This guy's gonna be interrogated. Come interrogation."
Well,
Bob,
that's
prisoner,"
that's
and then
why I
go
was
in.
saying we do it before you let Lior in the building.
Why? Because we're in the main tunnelway. They're just gonna like run out to where the explosion is. From
And
the
they'll also probably secure the Padawan and like move him probably. So
yeah.
be like, we're under
if we
attack.
blow it up right
someone's
now, we don't
rescue
even know
us."
where he's at. So like we're just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
scramble around with our heads cut off.
He's the green.
I know
X
where
over
I know
here.
where it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
oh,
know
is
where
it
he
Green
is.
X?
I,
Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
already marked him.
I must have been talking to my dad when that happened.
But
Yeah, we are.
still,
I mean, it's up to you guys. I was just thinking what we could do is we could set it off. People would leave. Lior's currently hiding under the bridge, so they wouldn't see him. They would go through. Lior can get what he wants, like the weapon, lightsaber, or whatever. We've done what we need to do, so we can go back. Open up the
I'm
door
just
and get him
thinking-
out.
the droids down here are gonna move him as soon as this
Yeah,
place.
I
goes up.
guarantee they're gonna like move to in front of the door to guard it if it's a high priority target. Like,
If that's the case, though, then what are we going to do in general? Because if that's
well, I
in
mean,
general.
if that's when we hit DEFCON 5 and we just start killing people.
That's where the rest of the group comes in.
Yeah, that's where
Call
where
in
we
the
get
air support.
the Chewy can opener, and you know.
That somehow is just gonna like spawn through the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
And just-
basically.
somehow he's been sneaking with us the whole time, and we just not been acknowledging.
Well,
it.
here's what we do. I say we get him to P4 so we have a little bit more time instead of like just divulging our plans in front of these two droids. So I'm just gonna like open the door and just be like, hey, pretend you're in binders, and then I'm just gonna like grab him by like the cuff of his shoulder, I guess, or something.
Okay. Is that what you're doing then?
All right,
Yeah.
I mean, if
I'll
that's
go
what you
along
wanna
with
do.
it.
Okay. Give me a deception check because there's no escort for this alleged prisoner.
That's true.
What do you mean,
Yes.
no escort?
There's
There-
just a guy
no
in
guards
binders
carrying me.
at the door.
Hey,
He's like,
here for my
I'm
appointment.
here.
I'm
Arrest
ready to
me.
get captured.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an Andy Griffith show where he just shows up and locks himself in prison.
Oh, I didn't know like the droids were like over my shoulder looking at what's going
I
on.
mean,
So I just,
this
I just
dude,
figured I could kinda...
the dude can see, and these two droids can see. So like,
Wait, he can see through this wall here?
no, he can't. Of course he can't.
I was gonna say, I
wondering
figured
how
it was
he
just
could-
like these droids here.
He's
And
got
droids is dumb.
he has a security camera that's there. Like he's just kind of like monitoring
he's, like,
all this
monitoring
stuff,
what's
right?
happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Droids is dumb.
Well, I mean, then if he's monitoring, he would have already seen him come in here, so it would have been. I mean, we're already screwed either way. So
Wait,
I guess
what?
I'll just do the deception. If he had security cameras, he would have already seen Lior come into that room by himself, just standing there waiting for us.
He hasn't been in the room.
He's
He was
on
outside the
bridge,
room.
though.
He was waiting for you to open the door.
Yeah. We should have had you disable the camera.
So no, you're still
Or do
good.
that thing where like the cameras see nothing instead of like they see a
Oh.
recording of the past like
What's the
hour.
difficulty on the deception check?
1 red, 1 purple. 1 red, 1 red. 2 reds. Destiny point that. Come on. Give me something.
Oh well, I guess that would be you rolling anyway.
Yeah, that's I think Chris. I'm either one of you, I suppose. If it's Chris, it's his acting skills, or if it's you, it's your acting skills. Doesn't either
And
one
it's
I can
against,
see work.
It's against what?
2 reds.
2
Can
reds,
I-
any purples?
No purple. 2 red.
Can I boost it
Maybe.
real quick? I have an idea how to potentially boost it.
Okay.
Could I use my force misdirect ability to alter my appearance to look like one of the townsfolk? And then you could just be like, this guy was out past curfew snooping around or something like that. Because it wouldn't be much.
Yeah,
Like, oh, it'd
yeah,
be
you could
just
do that.
a normal person.
That doesn't seem too far fetched.
Yeah, well, that didn't work anyway. Okay, let's go.
No. You actually look even more like yourself than you did before.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just puts his hood down, takes his mask off.
Right there it is. Okay.
All right, so I'm
I
gonna.
tried.
All right.
Woo!
Wow, nice. Man, you guys are killing it. Not
It's
getting
my cunning, man.
not getting
My
any
5
to spare.
cunning.
Ruined my evening. Okay.
I mean, hey, we haven't gotten ourselves killed yet, or
No.
like said anything
Cunning,
off,
though.
actually being
Hey, we're
sneaky.
up on the Destiny too. Better get using them. Session's almost over.
There you go. Okay. So you bring him in pretending to be bound and you make it past the droids A-okay. They don't notice a thing. This interrogation droid just kind of like shuffles along behind you.
Okay. So yeah, so we're just gonna
Back
take him
into
to
P4.
P4, yeah.
Okay.
All right, and I guess this is where we can stop if you want to, so that way we know.
Yeah, that sounds
We
good.
can-
Because
Kinda come up with a plan.
We either need to come up with a plan, get the guy out of there. We've got some battles coming up, so that's probably a good stopping point.
Okay.
And then we'll just retcon everybody in. Lior pulls everyone out of his backpack.
It's quite the backpack. It's very impressive.
That's why he failed all these jumps, is because he had 4 other
Yeah.
people in his back. All right, awesome. Thanks for joining us. We stream so infrequently that it's not even worth following, but thanks, RBM, for the host.
At least he's honest.
I mean, you can follow if you want, I guess, or something.
You just
Like,
gotta
comment,
guess what we're gonna
subscribe,
play.
Good
That's
night.
part of the game.